What's up, guys? This is Silence and welcome back to the channel again today. And as you can see, I'm gonna be reading Four Nights of the Apocalypse, the Seven Deadly Sins spinoff. This is chapter 153. It says toward new adventure. So in the last 2-3 chapters or whatever, Percival has come back. Um, they've defeated the Chaos Knight that was sent to the fairy realm where Percyville and Nasiens was. And it seems like, based off the title of this chapter, they're gonna likely be, you know, going on, I guess, a newer adventure starting from this chapter or whatever. So, without further ado, let's do this. So it says right here on the title page, it has, well, first and foremost, it has Percyville, it has Tiara, and it has Nice Scenes, and Nice Scenes is cutting Percyville's hair with the scissors. So what I pretty much expected is happening in this what I pretty much expected is happening here soon as Percyville has come back and he's defeated like the big villain, you know, gonna get to the aftermath, and that does also include cutting Percy Will's hair. So I wonder how low Night Scenes is gonna cut it. I hope he doesn't cut it too low. Based off that one cover page that people was using to say like, oh, this is how Percy Will's gonna look when he's older, when he's 18. Based off of that, I wonder, is it gonna be that low, or is he just gonna cut it from like being super super duper fucking long? You know what I'm saying? Like even longer than Percival is himself. And but he's still gonna have some form of the long hair, like Tristan or whatever. And so again, it says, "I'll just start snipping like mad, all right." And he has Percival saying, "Sure, go wild." So first page right here, it says, "Well, I never would have guessed it. The only way to wake you up wasn't by medicine or magic. It was your friends being exposed to mortal danger." So that's King saying that. So King's pretty much saying that he would have never guessed that it would take Nice Scenes being in danger, Percival's friends being in danger to pretty much wake him up. But I want to say right here that I don't think it was just them being in danger. I do also think it's because of the simple fact that Nice Scenes was doing all that praying. He was doing all that. He was using all that medicine. He was a form of him talking to Percival as a spirit the best he could. I think that's what led to Percival waking up as well, and not just the simple fact that Night Scenes was in danger. So I just don't think it was that simple, you know. Or else Percival would have woke up way before 2 years, way before 2-3 years later. I also want to mention real quick, if you hear a little noise in the background, it may be like the dog, and also I have my fan on behind me, so that's gonna be making some noise. So you hear some noise in the background. That is my fan, and also, the dog in there whining like always. So wow, so he cut it extremely short. So it's back to how it's pretty much back to how it looked when Percival was short. I don't know if I'm a fan of that, bro. Like, it don't look right, man. It don't look right. It don't look right, man. Like, he's taller now. I wish it wasn't cut that short, or if it was cut that short, I wish like the long parts right there that kind of look like wings or whatever. I wish they were kind of cut down too, at least. I don't know, man. I don't know. Also, the fit. I remember saying last chat I wanted my boy to be drippy, but the baggy sweats, that's what they look like. The baggy pants, buff ass pants with the shirt with his chest showing. Okay, chest showing, and the robe. I don't know how I feel about that, man. I don't know how I feel about that. This is probably all according to Nicien's taste, though. How he wanted him to look or whatever. But why? Why take all the hair away, bro? I don't know, man. All right, guys, I'm back. Um, my mic died, so I had to put that on a charger. So I'm gonna try my hardest to talk a little bit louder here, so you guys can hear me or whatever. But I'm assuming we did talk about this part right here. Again, I'm not a fan of the fit, at least not the pants half of it. But I'm gonna read it again just in case right here. But it says the captain or the king of Leonis told me you were a knight of prophecy that saved all of Britannia. So uh he's obviously talking about Meliodas. Meliodas told King about Percyville. He says, "You have a great mission ahead of you, no doubt. But before that, I want you to remember one thing. While you were asleep, there was one person out there who kept talking to you every day, who worked tirelessly to make you open your eyes. That doesn't really matter, Fairy King. Oh, I know that. Putting in all that hard work for my sake. The things you said to your father and to Tiara." So again, I want to touch on this topic right here, or I want to touch on this right here. I love the way Nakaba draws his characters. He doesn't just draw them like 2 years later. He doesn't just draw them taller, but like they look the same. Like Percival's face looks like it changed here. It doesn't look like it's just the same old 16-year-old Percival. It looks like Percival is 18 years old. It looks like he's becoming an adult. It looks like his facial structure or whatever, or the details in his face or whatever, actually change, because that's what happens when you grow. Your body changes. You don't just get taller but look the same, or at least some people do, but not everybody. But in this case, I just love the way, even as way back as what we saw with how Anne looked. She didn't just look like she got, taller, but looked the same. Her hair grew, her face changed. You know what I'm saying? It's the same with Percival. And again, I'm not a fan of the fact that Nakaba cut his hair back short to like it was when he was younger. But I think it will grow on me. It will grow, for sure. So, again, Percival here. Thanks for all of that, Nasiens, and now I know why you never took baths with me either. You know I wouldn't care about that. Let's go in together next time. Together? What? This is so sudden. What a dimwit. So we got King looking on, smiling. And he says, Nasiens, I want to give you something. Come up to me. So Nasiens says, okay. It was like he flicked some type of magic onto Nasiens. Not sure what it is. Also, I want to touch on that top part. Percival saying, "Now I know why you didn't want to take baths with me or whatever." So I'm guessing that's fully confirming now that Niciens is more leaning to the woman side more so than the male side, or you could say that maybe they're just gender fluid or whatever, or you know their gender doesn't really matter or whatever. But either way, to me, that's more so Niciens leaning to the woman side, and the fact that they're more so, you know, now becoming a woman more than anything because of how they felt about Percival, because of their feelings for Percival, and the fact that, again, we know based off what Tiara said, that a fairy doesn't just come out a certain gender. You know, they are not just born a certain gender. They obviously have to fall in love or whatever, and then they they become whatever gender, the opposite of what they fall in love with or whatever. So on to the next page right here. We see King says, "This is a piece of my spirit gear." Or, not spirit gear. Fucking all my words. "This is a piece of my spirit spear. Just a piece, but still boasting its fair shape of power. The sacred tree will transform in many ways to help you in response to your wishes. Are you sure this is so valuable? Wow, lucky him. Piff, hee hee. And someday when you return to this realm, and the time comes to succeed me as the fourth fairy king, I will give you the whole spear." So he gives Niciens a piece of the spear, and he says when Niciens returns, and succeeds him, he'll obviously give him the whole thing. But right now, he's just giving him a piece of the power, and that's actually pretty cool. So we got Nasiens here. He says, "Oh, I'm not going back. My homeland's away. My homeland's always going to be Britannia. Besides, I have no interest in taking the throne. My mission's to become an even better apothecary than Ordo was." So Nasiens just being pretty blunt with it. He doesn't want the power. And now it's the king reverting to his fat form or whatever. So we see Deanne. She says, "Wow, ruthless, just like someone I know. Nasty phrasing, huh? I'm sorry that didn't come out right. I just mean I won't live here. I'll stop by for visits. Well, you better, all right? That's a promise. All your brothers and sisters will be waiting. All right." So we see King reverting back to his fairy king form. Okay, now he's like, "Now Percyville, before you leave my realm, do you have anything you'd like to ask me? Whatever it is, I'll answer you." "Yeah, were you okay having that drug of yours get stolen?" So he's reminding them that the drug got stolen. And again, King back to his fat form. His self-conscious one, I guess. "For sure, none of this would have happened if you just gave it to Nisien's first thing, huh?" "Hang in there, Fairy King. I'm sorry. I just wanted to spend as long as I could with you. Guess I'm a selfish father." So he persevered. He's smiling at him. Deanne claps her hands. She says, "Look, the drug doesn't matter right now, does it? We can just harvest it again in 1,000 years. Family, though, if you lose that, there's no getting it back." Yeah, Mom's right. Deanne." So we see everyone smiling. Also, this piece right here says, "If everyone's okay, then I think that's the best thing of all. Well, Fairy King, Giant Queen, thanks for all of your help." I wish Nisiens would just call them mom and dad. Like, I'm not unfamiliar with characters not calling their parents mom and dad or whatever. Like you got Darwin in the Amazing World of Gumball calls them Mrs. Mommy or Mrs. Dad or whatever. And you got characters in other shows that also do this, but like he's their full blood kid, so it's like I wish he would just call them like mom and dad or whatever. "Sure, no problem. Take care, all right? Anything else you want to say?" "Listen, Mom, Dad, bye for now." So he does call, or they do call them mom and dad. So we see Deanne, she's smiling. See King with the tears down his eyes. So it says, "Okay, Nisiens, let's get going." "You bet. We got King Arthur to beat. We gotta, we gotta if we want to save Britannia." So we see Percival running. He jumps off the edge of the mountain or whatever, bridge or whatever. And that's the last chapter. So that was a good chapter. I say that was personally for me, a 10 out of 10 chapter. I did have that mess up right there in the middle part while reading it where my mic did die again. So hopefully you guys are able to fully hear me now that I'm kind of talking without my mic. Hopefully there's no mess ups in the sound or whatever. If there is, I apologize for that. I want to pretty much cut this as short as I can. So if you watched the video, like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. This has been Timeless Ant, and I'll see you in the next one.